Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. In this video, we will discuss more about the displacement of electrons in a hydrocarbon or organic compound. In the previous video, we discussed about two particular topics of inductive effect and a resonance structure. Right? So whenever you come across an inductive effect, there will be implement of polarity or a covalent bond due to the presence of atoms present in the given molecule. And further we discussed about the resonance structures formation. Later, in this particular topic, we will be discussing about the resonance effect, the second important effect or the resonance effect. So this resonance effect is possible because of the influence of groups of atoms present in the given molecule of compound. Now, in this particular resonance effect, what we observe is resonance occurs only when there is a conjugation. So conjugation means if there is a double bond, that is a double bond or a triple bond, a multiple bond present in simultaneous position. Like for example, if you consider this as a compound, if there is alternative double bond and single bond, if there is alternative double bond and single bond present in a molecule, or if there is an alternative double bond and a lone pair of electrons present. Okay. So if there is alternative double bond and lone pair of electrons present, or alternative double bond and double bonds are present, then those type of molecules are said to be producing this resonance effect. So what happens in this resonance effect is, due to the influence of lone pair of electrons or a conjugated double bond, we observe polarity being induced in the molecule. That is, a complete positive charge and a complete negative charge will be induced in the molecule because of the influence of group of atoms or just an atom with lone pair of electron present in it. So, depending upon the influence of atom which is inducing a polarity, we observe the resonance, and depending upon the type of resonance where we are occurring, we classify them to two types, that is a positive resonance effect or negative resonance effect. This resonance effect is also called as mesomeric effect. Mesomeric effect denoted with the symbol M, whereas resonance is denoted by the symbol R. Therefore, positive resonance is denoted as plus R effect, negative resonance is denoted as minus R or minus M respectively. Okay. So now, what do you mean by a positive resonance effect and what do you mean by a negative resonance effect? A positive resonance effect is a type of effect where the resonance occurs in such a way that the ions are moving away from the influenced group. Like for example, if you consider an aniline molecule, we have benzene ring with an NH2 group. Okay. So this is the aniline molecule. So in this aniline molecule, nitrogen is carrying a lone pair of electron. Nitrogen is carrying a lone pair of electron. Now, in this particular lone pair of electrons carried by the nitrogen, what we observe is the lone pair of electron induces a resonance in this particular molecule, such as like this. So here, the lone pair of electrons is forming a double bond with nitrogen and carbon of the benzene ring, whereas as a result, the double bond of the carbonated carbon, which is attached to the nitrogen, and the particular respective next carbon will be shifted in such a way that the other carbon carries a negative charge. Okay, so here, once you write down this particular structure, it can be resonated as like this. So this is again the same benzene. We have a double bond with N and which also has H2. Since nitrogen has 4 bonds in this particular geometry, it will be indicated with a positive symbol. Okay, it is denoted by a positive symbol. And now, since the bond has been broken down here, both the electrons are transferred to this particular carbon, hence it will carry a negative charge. Okay, so, and the other bonds will be same. Further, the negative charge present on this particular carbon will not stay there for a longer duration. So what happens is, it further gets moved to the different position like this. It gets moved in particular position, and this double bond gets induced on a other carbon, which is also called the para-carbon. So now it will give a resonance structure like this. Negative charge over here. We have double bond over here, and double bond NH2 with a positive charge. Once again, this particular negative charge moves or gets delocalized to form one more resonance structure of this type, where we have negative charge over that place, and we have a double bond, and the double bond of NH2, which is carrying a positive charge. So once again, this may form in this particular direction, and it forms an NH2 group as it is in the original condition. Okay. So now, if you observe carefully, the first half of the reaction, or you can clearly say is, the group or atom which is influencing the resonance is gaining a positive charge in the resonance structures. If thus what is possible, then those type of resonance is called the positive resonance effect. That is, if the influencing group carries a positive charge throughout the resonance structures, or you can also say that in the initial parts, if the resonance takes place away from the influenced group, then those type of resonance structures or called resonance effect is called the positive resonance effect. In this particular positive resonance effect, nitrogen which is influencing the resonance is gaining a positive charge throughout the structures, and the electrons are initially moving away from the nitrogen. Next, if you consider for the negative resonance, we have an example for that. That is a nitro group attached. N single bond O minus double bond O. So let us consider this as an example of negative resonance. Now, in this particular structure, what happens is, the double bond which is present in this position will be forming a double bond with nitrogen, whereas the nitrogen-oxygen double bond will be inducing the negative charge on oxygen. So now the reaction in this particular resonance structure will be written like such: N, the double bond, O minus, and O with one more minus O here. This means this oxygen, this particular oxygen, will be carrying 6 electrons, 2 lone pair electron and 1 bonding pair electron. Since there is no bond over here, this particular carbon will be gaining a positive charge. We have a double bond here, double bond at this position. Again, this set of electron move to this position. So what we observe is a resonance structure. It can be written like this: double bond N, O minus, double bond and a double bond with a positive charge at the para position. Further, this bond gets induced in this position. We observe one more resonance structure like this: positive charge at this position, double bond N, O minus, O minus. So once again, this bond induces over there, so it results in the formation of one more same complex of nitro group. So here, if you observe carefully, the bonding is in such a way that the resonance is induced in such a way that the nitrogen group is carrying a negative charge. Ignore the negative charge which is already present. Once the resonance structure is being formed, it is gaining a one more negative charge. So, if the influencing group is gaining a negative charge throughout the resonance structure, or you can say that if the resonance is happening towards the influenced group, then those type of resonance effects should be called as negative resonance effect. So how do we know if a given group is forming a positive resonance or a negative resonance? So for that, what you have to do is, if this is the carbonyl carbon, or the carbon which is attached with the benzene ring and a functional group, and if it is attached to A, B, okay, it is attached to a functional group of type A, B, what we can say is, if electronegativity of A is greater than B, if the electronegativity of A is greater than B, then what we say is, they will be forming positive resonance effect. Like for example over here, nitrogen is attached with hydrogen, electronegativity of nitrogen is greater than hydrogen. So therefore they will be forming positive resonance effect. If you consider for the second example, we have electronegativity of A less than B, right? Electronegativity of nitrogen is less than the electronegativity of oxygen. Therefore they will be forming minus R effect in general. Okay, this is a simple tactics which we can use for the comparison of positive resonance effect and negative resonance effect. Now, for the examples which induce this positive resonance effect and the negative resonance effect. So, functional group which induce positive resonance effect are examples for positive resonance effect are OH groups, OR groups, NHC double bond OR groups, or you can also take an ester group of type O, C double bond O, R. So these are all the examples which form positive resonance effect, and for the example which form negative resonance effect are COOH, COOR, CHO, etc. You can use this particular. You can also take NO2 examples, NO2 for this and NH2 for this. Further, you can take CN. So the functional groups of these types, where you observe clearly the carbon which is attached to the carbon which is considered as A. So the electronegativity of A is less than O. So here carbon with oxygen you should consider. Electronegativity carbon is less than electronegativity of oxygen. So therefore it will be forming a negative resonance effect. Okay. So this is about the negative resonance effect or mesomeric effect. Next is electromeric effect. So as we have said in the earlier classes itself, the displacement of electrons will be because of two types. One is because of influence of atoms or group of atoms within the molecule, and the second type it is because of the influence of the attacking reagent. Now, the electromeric effect is a type of effect where we observe the polarization or polarity is induced in a molecule because of the influence of attacking reagent. That is, if an attacking reagent is entering or attacking a particular substrate, the multiple bonds, especially double bonds and triple bonds of hydrocarbon, induce a charge on itself by a positive charge or a negative charge when an attacking group is coming into its environment. So depending upon the charge induced for a particular carbon atoms or any groups which is involved in the multiple bonds, we classify them to two types: positive electromeric effect and negative electromeric effect. First one is positive E effect. Second one is negative E effect. Positive E effect and negative E effect. So positive E effect are those type of effect where the attacking reagent and the carbon-carbon bond broke down induces electron to the same carbon atom. Like for example, if you consider carbon-carbon double bond as such, carbon-carbon double bond as such, and let us consider attacking group R. Okay, so attacking group R is entering. So if this is the attacking group, then what we observe is if the attacking group enters the environment of the multiple bonded group, the bond breaks down in such a way that one of the atom which is attached to the double bond gains a positive charge and one gains a negative charge. Okay, so if the attacking group attaches to the same carbon which has a electron gained from the bond breaking, then those type of compounds or effect is called the electromeric effect. Like for example, if this bond breaks down to form negative charge on this particular carbon and the attacking group attaches to this carbon itself, then that type of electromeric effect is called the positive electromeric effect. Okay. If the electrons of the covalent bond or pi bond is shared to that particular carbon atom or an atom to which the attacking reagent attached is called, then those type of effect is called the positive electromeric effect. Like for example, if you consider Like for example, if you consider carbon-carbon double bond treated with the electrophile, carbon-carbon double bond with an electrophile H+. So here, the reaction takes place in such a way that the bond breaks down to form a negative charge on this carbon and hydrogen will be attached to that particular carbon. Okay, which induces positive charge on this carbon. Okay, both the electron and the attached group both are attached to the same carbon. Then that type of effect is called the positive E effect. If you observe carbon-carbon double bond or triple bond breaking down in such a way that one atom involved in the double bond or multiple bond gains a reagent and the one atom gains the electrons. That is, when you treat them with a nucleophile like Cn minus, the reaction will take place in such a way that this carbon gains Cn, this carbon gains negative charge. Okay, so this type of effect is called positive E effect and negative E effect. So positive E effect are those where the electrons from the bond breaking and the attacking reagent both gets attached to the same atom of double bond involvement. If the electron and the attacking group goes to two different atoms involved in the double bond, then those type of effects are called negative E effect. Okay, so this is about the electromagnetic effect. Next, we will discuss about hyperconjugation effect, the fourth important type of effect, that is the hyperconjugation effect. So this hyperconjugation effect is because of the influence of molecules or atoms present in itself. Therefore, it is a permanent effect. Next is hyperconjugation effect. So, hyperconjugation effect is a process where we observe that if one of the molecule has an unshared p orbital, if the molecule has an atom with unshared p electron, p orbital, or it has an unsaturated double bond, then those molecules induces this type of conjugation effect called the hyperconjugation effect. This is a type of permanent effect. We can understand this particular effect using an example. Let us take an example of CH3, CH2, the plus charge. Now, if you consider this carbon atom with a positive charge and write down the lobe diagrams of this, so what you can see is this diagram can be written as, so four of these lobes will be attached with one with the hydrogen. Okay, one of the lobe of the carbon will be attached with this carbon. It has two hydrogens. Okay, one particular lobe will be empty in this particular direction. One of the p orbital of carbon, which is empty, will be in this particular direction. So now, what happens here in this particular type of conjugation is, the carbon which has the p orbital with no electrons present in it, the orbital will be interacting with one of the hydrogens of the neighboring adjacent atom. That is, the unshared p orbital of the carbocation will be interacting with one of the hydrogen attached to the adjacent carbon. Therefore, the electron present in this particular carbon-hydrogen bond of the adjacent group will be interacting with the unshared p orbital. It will be interacting with the unshared p orbital in such a way that this hydrogen breaks down the bond. This hydrogen breaks down the bond by donating these two electrons to the unshared p orbital of the next carbon. Like for example, if you take these three hydrogens of methyl group, and we have two hydrogen in this particular carbon atom, then this hydrogen breaks down the bond with carbon atom and induces a double bond on this particular carbon. So this hydrogen-carbon bond will be forming as carbon-carbon double bond, where we have lost one H plus ion. So this type of conjugation is called hyperconjugation. That is, if one of the hydrogen present adjacent to a carbocation breaks down its bond by sharing the pair of electron to the unshared p orbital of carbocation, then that type of conjugation is called the hyperconjugation, where we observe that the positive charge on the carbon atom will be reduced by the hydrogen of the adjacent carbon. So what we can clearly say is, if the adjacent carbon has more number of hydrogens, it will be leading to more hyperconjugated structure. So even though these three are same hydrogen, let us say HA, HB and HC. We have three hydrogen in this particular carbon. Therefore, if the carbocation is attached to more number of methyl groups, more will be the stability of hyperconjugation. So if you have one methyl group, it will be having three different types of hyperconjugated structure. If you have three more hydrogen in the next methyl group, then it will have 6 hyperconjugation structure. And if you have one more CH3 group, then it will be having 9 hyperconjugation structure. Therefore, a hyperconjugation structure, it is possible because of sharing of electron of the adjacent CH bond to the unshared p orbital of the carbocation induces a double bond. Those are called the hyperconjugation bond. This hyperconjugation bond formation will be more and more possible if the carbocation is attached to more number of methyl groups. Therefore, the stability of hyperconjugated system is in the order of carbon attached with 3 CH3 groups, that is a carbocation with 3 CH3, which is slightly greater than carbocation with 2 CH3 groups, like this, which is greater than carbon cation with 1 CH3 group, which is greater than carbon atom with 3 hydrogens. So, a carbocation with just 3 hydrogen will be having the least hyperconjugation possible. The carbocation with 3 methyl groups attached to it will be having the highest number of hyperconjugations possible. Further, this hyperconjugation is also possible in those systems which have double bonds also. Okay, if a carbon-carbon double bond is present, like for example, you consider CH2 double bond CH2, there can also be observed a different type of structure where the unshared electron of a CH orbital might overlap with the unshared p orbital of the neighboring carbon. So, this particular hyperconjugation effect is called the formation of hyperconjugated systems. This particular effect is called the hyperconjugation effect, and hyperconjugation effect is said to be a no bond resonance. Okay, if you observe carefully, there is no double bond or no lone pair of electron. Hence, even though if there is no double bond or triple bond or lone pair of electrons present, we are observing a resonance structure. So therefore, this particular hyperconjugation structures are called the no bond resonance structures. Okay, so this is about the hyperconjugation effect. So in the next video, we'll discuss more about this particular chapter, and this ends the different electron displacement effects which we observe in hydrocarbons or organic compounds under the influence of atom or a molecule, or under the influence of a attacking reagent also. Okay, I hope you have understood all these concepts. If you do have understood this, please do subscribe to my channel and share this video among your friends. Thank you for watching.